I'm live right now on my stream while I'm on the show. I'll post the link and so I will. I will. Thank you. I'm already live, baby. Yeah, I am, but you're off. So I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. They're not on just yet, but we'll see them. Yeah, they're here. They're here. Holy shit. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Peace, Kevin. What's up, folks? It's Stevie Lew, the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you so much for checking us out right now. Let me go to the chat and see what people are saying. Oh boy, it's not good. It's not good. Smokey the Spurg says we're doing it. Listen, folks, this is the MLC After Hours podcast. So it's your time where you can ask me anything. I'm watching the chat right now. As you can see, Smokey the Spurg is rocking out with me. I just had a great 3.5 hour conversation with Pat Dixon, Kevin Brennan. We're rocking and rolling right now. We're feeling good. I'm high. I'm fucking high as shit. No lie. Asia Quarrel is saying that I might want to rethink this. Listen, the only thing I'm rethinking is that I should go get a drink. So just give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to get a drink for myself. Go take a leak. I think everybody could probably take a leak at this point, but I will be honoring the chat. No super chats right now, folks. We're just going to do it old school. And I'll answer any questions you have in the chat. So just give me 1 sec. I'm gonna grab myself another drink, and we're gonna just do this for 20 minutes or so, and then I'll let you folks do Pat Dixon. Give me 1 second, but cue up these comments. Go ahead. I'll be right back. All right, let's be real. Let's be real. Let's see what's going on here, folks. Gonna pop back a little bit here on the chat and see where we are at. Yeah, dead ear. Whatever. Cut Stevie loose. What are you gonna do, folks? I got some Ben and Jerry's over here. I'm gonna crack into this, but folks, seriously, send some questions in. We'll answer them. Zero self awareness. Does Stevie think that he's funny, charismatic, interesting in any way? Zero decline host. Zero self awareness. Yeah, sure. Uh, think about your favorite comedian out there these days and you'll find that that's a something that will go on here. Let me send Carlos Danger the link because it looks like he's been drinking and wants to get in on this madness. Folks, just give me a moment here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Had a wonderful night with Kevin Brennan and Pat Dixon. Uh, Honestly, you can't get better than those two and me. So, all right, we got beloved chatter checking in that it was not lighthearted ribbing. He was just chipping me. So, beloved chatter of the year. You know, when that guy swings, he swings full. He's like the John Henry of podcasting chatters. This guy, uh, beloved chatter, swings with four hammers. Four hammers. The client host says that Ryan Katsu Rivera gave me a permanent black eye. I disagree that that was Ryan. I'd say that was probably more my um, cocaine, my rampant cocaine use in my 30s that gave me that black eye. But Ryan also did punch me good, and I can see why you'd think that. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. Have you ever taken a career advice from Carlos Danger, or is he purely Ray's life coach? Uh no, I have not taken any career advice from Carlos Danger. He is a good dude, but what is he going to offer me as far as career advice? Age of Quarrel. Okay, here's an actual question. Are you still doing Blunt Smoker video? I used to listen, but I almost never use Spotify. Any plans to put it on iTunes or its own feed away from the Fantasy Shed? Holy shit. Thank you, Age of Quarrel, for watching and knowing what I do. Now, here's the problem. One of my main co Hortz in Blunt Smoker video has moved from New York City to Cleveland, Ohio. So right now I'm in this situation where I almost want to follow this guy to Cleveland because there's a bunch of movie production that's going down in Cleveland. Um, my plans for Blunt Smoker video are this: the fact that we lost a cohort. I'm going to create a new show called Blunt Smoker Video Live, where instead of doing a pre recorded show, I'll be doing the same kind of thing live and bringing it to you folks. Because honestly, as much as I love doing comedy, I love talking about movies more. So let's see what else we got here. You talk too much about movies, Stevie. It's off putting. Well, I do. I did just sign up for the AMC A list thing where for 25 bucks a month you go see 3 movies a month, a week, excuse me. So beloved chatters throwing me a shout out saying we'll hang out in AC, Stevie. Hey, listen, uh for AC I want just one thing. I want you to do dabs with me. So if you're down to do some dabs, beloved chatter, if you're down to take the test, that's what it takes for Stevie Lew. You and Pat are too similar on MLC to go on the same show from Noha. So I honestly think that the mixture of Pat, myself, and Kevin is the best distilling of MLC. I think that at this point, Pat and I have kind of sized each other out, and we know where to strike and where to lay back. You could see it tonight where Pat threw some shade at me at one point. He like completely cut me off and was like, "Stevie, know your role." And that's a point where I just was able to actually know my role and wait a second. And I do give Pat credit for being a much more experienced performer, entertainer than I. Hold on one second, folks. We're going to have a quick little interlude here. We've got a phone call. Caller, go ahead. You're on the Stevie Lew live.
Is this the Rock Bottom podcast?
No, this is not the Rock Bottom podcast with Ray DeVito. It sounds like someone who used to be involved with that show.
I think Jackie Brown is the best Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, so
I also think that guy who said the shit about The Shining, I'm sorry, The Godfather 3 is just Michael turning into Al Pacino. Mwah. Mwah.
Do you want me to send you the link or?
I'm blacked out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I personally disagree with the caller. I think that Jackie Brown is a good movie, but when you look at the list of Quentin Tarantino films, it's probably on the low end of my list here. But yeah, a lot of folks are saying that I talk too much about movies. Please follow my friend Mark Lender's advice and hit the like button. Folks, this isn't a show. This is me drunk. Pretty high. I can get higher, actually, now that I think about it. But it's kind of like your time to just ask me a question. Talk about movies, folks. You want to ask me which is better than what? Go on ahead right now. Ask me your opinion on. Oh, wow. Should I send beloved chatter the link? I don't think he wants a piece of this. He is a good egg. Okay, here we go. Room with Ray. Make the move. So is that the room you're talking about? You want me to make a movie like The Room with Ray as the main character? Holy shit. That's a writing exercise right there because I can see him being like, "Hello, Stevie." And then we could get Ari Jane in. We could work what's her name? The Astral Broad. What's her name in the chat? Someone help me out. What's her name? Anyway, this guy is talking about my wife. What about TV shows? You know what? I honestly think that the greatest television show of modern time was The Curse. If you folks haven't seen The Curse, you should check that shit out. All 10 episodes, binge it. The finale was out on Friday. I watched it, and it's one of the most confounding, fucked up things I've ever seen in my life. So if you think a fucked up dude like me could give you some advice, Raytard the Untrainable, I'm looking forward to seeing your movie, Stevie. I'm a longtime Trauma fan. Thank you very much, Raytard. Right now, I've got one film that's basically in the can. It's called Bring On the Damned. I was fortunate enough to be uh, given the responsibility to do a lot of the art direction on this film. We're filming some final pickup shots in a few weeks with Zach Amico. Really excited about this film, Bring on the Damned. I've seen it already a couple times. The director has shown me a few, first pass takes of it, but I'm at this point ready for all of you to see this film. I'm really excited about that. Beloved Chatter is telling me how much of a man he is. Smokey the Rig. So, um, talking about Puffco, this is how you smoke dabs, folks. And the one thing I promised was that we're gonna get dabbed up in AC. So, Smokey, I think I'll be purchasing a dab rig. Dabs and AC sound like a good time. Some people want to do deodorant while they're in AC, and others want to dab. I will have a handheld dab rig for anyone that wants to get whacked while they're in AC. Edubs 45, do you regret being a steel toe? It's a bad look, not gonna lie. No. I am one of these people who actually enjoy Aaron and April. And you can judge me all the fuck you want, but I will die on that hill where I'm thankful that they made me a mod. Adam Soundboard said that he's a big dabber. Gonna go back and really quick and see if I missed something from him. I'm sorry, buddy, I don't see it. Fuck yeah. Let's dab up. Pat does not like you, and that's fine. That's fine if he doesn't. He's behaving and he's letting me live. And if he doesn't like me or if he does, I think that we've created a great point counterpoint. And going back to last Saturday and this Saturday, I think we're having a good time. Pat is your competition, and Pat sees it as that. No, no. Pat is a much better comedian than me, and he's a much better entertainer than me. And I have no problem saying that out loud. He's been doing it for a lot longer than me, but he's not like one of these idiots like Chad Zumach, who is like, oh, I've done it for longer than you. That means I'm better. Pat is an actual entertainer. I've seen Pat. One of my fondest memories was going with Gino Bisconti and Anthony Cumia to New York Comedy Club and watching Pat destroy on stage. So when Pat is, you know, loose of whatever you want to call it, he's a beautiful, beautiful man. If folks want to call in, I'll get that going. Um, Actually, you know what? If folks do want to call, no, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck this. Alright. Yeah, too many items in the background. This is like one of the games I want to do here, folks. You actually got me. We'll go here, right? We'll pick one out. I got Donkey Kong Classics. So basically, Nintendo had the rights to distribute Donkey Kong, and they came with a follow up, Donkey Kong Classic, and put both games in one. I might be boring some of you, but one of these days we'll do a Stevie Lew talks video games. Yeah. Age of Quarrel says I prefer Jackie Brown to almost all Tarantino movies too. He's going with Carlos Danger's statement, and honestly, I just can't follow that train of thought. I look at Inglorious Bastards. I look at Kill Bill 1 and 2. Uh, Obviously, Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. All of those films are ahead of Jackie Brown, and I'm sorry, like if you do feel that that film is superior, I kind of question your authority on judgment after saying all of those films. Uh, how does weed affect you like this as an everyday smoker at 40? So, I've been suggested by multiple people recently that I should cut down on my marijuana use. As a 40-year-old man, they've told me that they think that it takes away from my motivation. So, what I've been doing is I've been recently smoking CBD as I don't know, as a way to try to like cut back on smoking so much weed. So, you might be onto something, buddy. And it's been a good way for me actually to not smoke, just straight wake and bake every morning, like I've done for 40 years. Uh, Mickey Blisco asks SL, what's up with you and Eastside Dave? Anything? Uh, Eastside Dave was the guy who gave me my name, Stevie Lew. But to be honest, we have not spoke in maybe a 2 year period. I know he's still doing his thing, and I got nothing but love for Eastside Dave, but I have not heard from that man in a couple of years, which is, a bummer, but you don't want it. Flimsy Greenberg. Flimsy Greenberg, I was blinking for you earlier tonight. I don't know if you saw that. But true, true. Elise Edwards. Yeah, Elise Edwards is the moon chick. A cutie for sure, but not my type. Not my type. But folks, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you could. I feel like I'll be doing more of these, but with more of a pointed show schedule. I'm gonna get a producer. I'm thinking, okay, right now, if I had to be honest, if I needed a producer in this world to help me do a show and I had my choice, I would honestly say Little Lemmy. So if Little Lemmy is watching this and she wants to help me out, make a full time Lou show, seems like some of you are down for this. I'll get Lemmy involved if she wants. Let's see here. Someone in the chat compared The Killing to Pulp Fiction. I don't get that. There are definitely comparisons between The Killing and Reservoir Dogs and Jackie Brown, but not Pulp Fiction. Yeah, The Killing, if you folks don't know, is an early Stanley Kubrick film. I think most folks will say that there's like more of like a what is it? Hard boiled. Um, Quar- Quentin Tarantino definitely steals from a lot of folks, but that's how most art is. Ross Dog, Broken Spirit. Now that you're single, will you be making the move with Ari Jane? Hmm? Spaceballs was the greatest movie ever made. I mean, Mel Brooks didn't fuck around ever. So I wouldn't put it in my top 10, but it's up there. I've heard of The Curse, but it's probably woke trash. It is. And it actually challenges you to go against that. Think this might be the actual El Horrible, and if it is, why was basketball robbed of an Oscar? And I will say this is that uh, those guys started at Trauma, and if you folks didn't know about that, Strongly recommended pausing this for like 3 minutes, and then yeah, that's what I do with most podcasts. Smokey the Spurg, are you drinking too? That's too easy. Yeah, I'm drinking. We're having a good time. Bedabbler, buddy, I can't wait for you to see this film. I'm actually really excited for all of you to see Bring On the Damned. Uh, More like being on the Oscar. GG. David Chandler, fake David Chandler, is upset about his standing. Kubrick is the greatest director of all time because he convinced the world that we went to the moon. I don't fall in line with that. At least Stevie isn't blocking people. Snow Dogs is better than it is. Fair enough. Have them call you on Discord. I don't know who. I'm trying to get through this. Let's talk about how much of an enormous Homer Simpson mouth loser Zomok is. Let's just do a roast battle with Chad Zumach. Let's see what happens. Don't give out your phone number. I have a second line that I could give out. Maybe we'll do that in the future. Folks, again, hit the like button and chat. I'm answering every chat tonight. We didn't watch any Chad beat Melton. Melton was out bullied. I don't see what you guys see in him. Fair enough. Walkie talkie. I won't be doing that. Smokey's laughing. That's a joke. They're all heist movies. Pulp Fiction is not, unless you count the restaurant robbery. Yeah, I wouldn't call Pulp Fiction a heist movie. I call it a pulp sort of drama. It's a pulp movie, that uses the distilling of time. Stormy, this is okay. Like, seriously, folks, if you don't know what No Filter is and you're not subscribing to No Filter with Andrew, then you screwed up. I'm going to be finishing up here in a few. Hmm. Insufferable Bastard says, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is QT's best. Now, if I'm going to put Once Upon a Time versus Pulp Fiction, damn, I think that it's that thing where he lost his editor. Uh, Quentin Tarantino had a specific editor. What the fuck was her name? But I don't think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood hits as hard as Pulp Fiction hits. I think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is a tremendous film that I'll continue to watch and talk about for years. But come on, man. Pulp Fiction is decline host one. Somehow I was trying to make him a mod and I dropped out. What the fuck? This is not easy. Top 3 movies of all time: Scream, The Craft, and Con Air. Now, if you're doing mushrooms, we're talking good stuff. But I will say this is that Wes Craven is one of the greatest of all time. Wes Craven, director of Scream, deserves a lot more. Trauma. Unfortunately, it was Joey C that spoke to Stuttering John. All right. Yeah, folks don't know that the Braniff theme song at the end of South Park, dun 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 dun, dun was a allusion to Cannibal the musical. Matt and Trey Parker did get distribution from Troma on their first gig. That's a fact. Ray and Chad, child together. Jesus Christ, think about that. No, thank you. Honestly, folks, go see Pat Dixon. Do whatever he's doing right now. I'm just fucking a shadow of a man. Where do you see your career in 5 years? Honestly, I think I'll be one of the most famous movie producers of all time. Come on, these shows and stir the pot. Don't know what that means. What's the case? Heist. Rat and Stevie's battery is dying. Thank you, Age of Coral. That's for sure. Stevie, what's your favorite movie about gay cowboys? I guess I gotta go. Man, Tu on Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Yeah, I'll agree that The Last Jedi is the worst trash never ever made. I don't watch those fucking movies. A couple folks want to be mods. Django was boring. No, wasn't his best. When you, Pat, and KB were talking about the Who and their rock opera, what about Pink Floyd's The Wall? I think Pink Floyd is my top two bands of all time. So I think that Dark Side of the Moon is more or less an opera without it being an opera. I think that Metal Animals, I think that all of Pink Floyd's albums could, in their prime, be turned into rock operas. So, yeah. What was the other one? Yeah, No Hateful Eight for me. Pain and Gain's the best movie with The Rock. Roger Waters and politics. Yeah, Donnie Brasco. I'm more of a fan of Donnie Darko. I didn't. I did not. Hey, folks, this has been real. First time streaming. Great time being with you. I'm getting a phone call from Carlos Danger before I go. What's up, dude?
Listening to you, I get the music. Following
Then you, I
I
feel
get
the
the
beat.
heat.
It's in
Following
you.
I climb the mountain. I get excitement. off your
Ding
feet.
ding 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 digga 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 dig. Oh my god. Well, folks, I couldn't have imagined a better way to end this show. If you like what you saw, I guess hit the like button, subscribe, and then go to Pat Dixon and follow Pat Dixon because he's doing it better than I am. We'll do this again some other time tune soon when I'm not drunk.